The night is still. The air is thick with an unsettling quiet. It's the kind of silence that feels heavy, like it's pressing down on you, suffocating every sound. You can feel it in your bones, a chill that seeps into your very core. Out here in the dark, the shadows dance and twist, creating shapes that play tricks on your mind. They whisper tales of the unknown, secrets that are meant to stay hidden. Gather closer, friends, and listen. Let the flickering flame be our guide. Tonight we speak of things that go bump in the night, of eerie sounds that make your heart race, of shadows that move with a life of their own, creeping ever closer, of places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin, where the boundary is almost non-existent. Are you brave enough to hear these tales? Do you have the courage to face the unknown? These are not stories for the faint of heart. They are for those who seek the thrill of the unknown. These are tales of the strange and the eerie, of things that defy explanation. They are warnings from the other side, messages that come with a chill. They are glimpses into the abyss, a peek into the darkness that lies beyond our understanding. The carnival was alive. Laughter and music filled the air. It was the 4th of July. The night sky promised a spectacular fireworks display, but something felt off. A chill hung in the air, despite the summer heat. A young couple, Sarah and Tom, walked hand in hand. They found a spot away from the crowds near the old Ferris wheel. It stood silent and still, a rusted monument to forgotten thrills. As the first firework exploded, casting an eerie glow on the Ferris wheel, Sarah felt a cold whisper on her neck. "This is my spot," it hissed. Tom didn't notice. He was captivated by the fireworks. Each burst of light illuminated Sarah's terrified face, but he didn't see the fear. The whispers grew stronger, colder. They swirled around Sarah, a vortex of despair and anger. She tried to pull away, but felt rooted to the spot. Then, silence. The fireworks stopped. The music died. The carnival noises faded into an unsettling quiet. Only the Ferris wheel creaked in the darkness. The lake shimmered under the moonlight, calling to Emily. Its surface mirrored the starry sky, whispering secrets of the night. She stood at the edge, the cool night air brushing against her skin, sending a chill through her body. Ignoring the voice in her head, Emily waded into the water, seeking tranquility. As she swam towards the center, a strange feeling washed over her. The water felt thicker, almost as if it was trying to hold her back. Section 5. A truth best left unspoken. Emily stopped, her breath catching in her throat as she stared at the still waters before her. She treaded water, her heart pounding in her chest, each beat echoing in her ears like a drum. She scanned the surface of the lake. The moonlight played tricks on her eyes, casting shadows that danced and flickered. Was that a log or something else? Her mind raced with possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. Something brushed against her leg, sending a shiver up her spine. She gasped, her breath catching in her throat, fear gripping her like a vice. She kicked out, her heart pounding against her ribs, the water resisting her every move. She had to get back to shore, to safety. But the distance seemed to stretch endlessly before her. The water around her grew colder, darker. It felt as if it was closing in on her, pulling her down. As she swam, she thought she heard a voice, faint and distant, carried by the wind. A whisper just beneath the surface, barely audible, but unmistakable. "It's too late," it hissed, the words sending chills down her spine. "You should have stayed away," the voice echoed in her mind. A haunting reminder of the truths she had tried to ignore. Section 6. The Whispering Walls. The old Victorian house stood on a hill. It loomed over the town like a watchful specter. Locals whispered tales of its dark history. They spoke of a family torn apart by tragedy, of a secret best left buried. Now, years later, Mark stood in the dusty foyer. He had inherited the house from a distant relative. He dismissed the local tales as superstition. He didn't believe in ghosts. He ran his hand along the wall, his fingers tracing the faded wallpaper. As he did, he thought he heard something. A whisper, faint but unmistakable. Section 7. No escape from the whispers. Mark paused, listening intently. The house was silent. He must have imagined it. He chuckled to himself, feeling foolish. There were no such things as ghosts. He continued exploring. Each room was filled with the musty scent of decay and the weight of forgotten memories. The whispers grew stronger as he moved deeper into the house. They seemed to emanate from the walls themselves, whispering secrets, dark secrets, secrets that chilled him to the bone. Section 8. The Unseen Guests. Mark tried to ignore the whispers. He told himself it was just the wind whistling through the cracks in the old house. But deep down, a part of him knew the truth. He was not alone. He felt a presence beside him, cold and unseen. He wasn't alone. They were watching him. Every step he took, every move he made was observed by unseen eyes. He ran to the front door, his heart pounding in his chest. But it wouldn't open. It was as if the house itself was holding him prisoner. Section 9. Sleep no more. These are just a few of the tales that haunt the shadows. Tales whispered in hushed tones around flickering campfires. Tales that send shivers down your spine and make you afraid to turn out the light. Remember them, friends, the next time you find yourselves alone in the dark. Remember the unseen guests that walk among us. Remember the whispers that carry on the wind. Sleep well, if you can.